Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. This video is about the parallel dimension tool. I've done several videos on it, but I've never gone this far over pretty much all the tools. Your parallel dimension tool is right here. And if you go and hold down your mouse button and then let go and then raise it up, you get 6.08. If that's too big, you can always click on your text and change your text to 36 points. But let's say when you first do it, it's only 10 points and you can't read it. So what you can do is get your text tool and don't select anything and go right here and we're going to make it 72 points and then check dimension tool. I'm going to take away paragraph text because I don't ever use it. So now when I use the dimension tool, it's going to be 72 points. Now you would want to go to tools and save as default. And I'm going to go ahead and do it because I like that size and you can always change it. Have everything selected. Now, probably the real reason for the video, there's a lot you can do with this. We can take the text, we can make it black, we could make the lines black. You could change, if you get on the line, well, select the line. I'm in text mode. Let's get off that. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just do another line. Let's do this. 3.5. And then when you go to your parallel dimension tool, you have a lot of other tools where you've got to select on your line. You know what? Maybe you have to click here. There you go. Click that. You can change your decimals to fractions, which is within a quarter of an inch. I like it on decimals. You can change from the quotation or the whatever the quotation mark to the IN. You could change it to inches. You could change it to millimeters, yards, feet, whatever you want to change it. I like it on inches. You can change the unit display to nothing, to whatever you turn those off. You can have a leading zero, which really doesn't pertain. Let's do a bigger box so we have plenty of room. Let's get the parallel dimension tool and make this. I'm holding down the left mouse button. Okay, I'm not straight, so I'm going to delete it. Need to be on that node to that node, and then let go of the mouse button. So we'll get back to that. You've got to have this line selected for this to work. We can have a prefix. Let's say this is the top, and then hit your tab key and it'll put it on there. You could have a suffix, and it would be down. You could change the thickness of the line to like 4 points. You could change the line look to these dashes. You could change, let's go back just to center line. You could change the arrows to that, like a laser looking thing. You know, if you like that arrow better, well, that's pretty much default. Let's say you want that one. You can change the distance of the text position. You could have it above the text line. You could have it below the text line. I'm pretty sure default is through the text line. You could draw a box around your text. You could, that's center because it's already centered, but here you can change the distance that see, like right now, the line is right on the box. We could type in 0.25 and hit enter and it raised it up. You could have the extending overhead, which is going to extend this line, let's say 1/2 inch. You know, you could change the color of the line. You know, you've got to select on the line, and right there it's showing you blue. You can make it black by right-clicking. Right-clicking your outline text. So if you wanted the text, let's say we want the text red because this is blue, we can make it red by left click. There's a lot the parallel dimension tool work. Most of these things we just talked about or on all the tools with maybe exception of the angler. The angler is a cool tool. I use it all the time. Start down here, go to the bottom. Well, you really want to start at the bottom and go up and then go over to your deal. And we're at 90 degrees. The other big thing is look at our dimensions. And if I make this box bigger, the dimension didn't change, but I want it to change. So if you go right here to your dimension tool, pick on parallel dimension, and go right here and check that box. If you do this, it'll do it all the time because I don't have anything selected. If I want to do it just this time, I would take the shape tool and go here and do this. And then when I make this bigger, the 608 will stay the same. Well, it'll be 722 and 416. But if you want to do that all the time, just like almost like the text tool, get your parallel dimension tool, don't have anything selected and click on that and go dimension all the time. I want that all the time. So now we have 12.98. We're going to make it bigger and it's 14 inches. It's really, the only thing that I use it for is if I'm going to engrave a plaque, I'm going to show the people how big the plaque is. I'm going to put dimension lines. I can show them how tall the text is. You know, because they always say, well, how big is that text? And here's another little trick. We'll take the text, we'll shift select the box, and we'll go EC and put it in the center. Well, they'll go, well, let's do this. Let's make them all capitals. You can go to text, change case, uppercase. You don't have to retype it. Now it's too big, so we're gonna, we'll grab the text, make it smaller. And the easiest way to center this will center because it's a box. There's a center, but you can always go EC. Now, text is kind of hard to measure because it's a text. So I'm going to show you that. So if we go right here, well, that actually did snap to it. But see, I don't really know where I'm at. So to show the customer what I would do, I would take this text, go up to object and convert it to a curve. And then when you get your dimension tool, you've got a stopping point and it actually tells you you're on the midpoint. So you could show the customer that text is 2.27 inches tall, you know, and you just give all the dimensions. But the angular dimension tool is a big deal for me when I'm drawing something that's not at a, 90-degree angle. Let's just draw a couple of lines at just a certain angle. I want to know what that angle is. I'm going to get the angular dimension tool, go from that node to that edge, let go of the mouse, then click on the mouse, and then let go. So that's a 22.75 angle. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody someday, and thank you for watching.